With Marvel Studios slowly assembling a new team of Avengers in multiple different projects, many fans are wondering on exactly who the next big bad is going to be. Marvel, of course, took no time confirming that yes, it's Kang, who we recently saw show up in Loki and will next be showing up in Ant-Man Quantumania. But Marvel Studios goes even a little further, confirming that this is the next big bad for the entire MCU. So the Avengers better start reassembling or assemble a little quicker because time and space is in peril. So for people that are wondering, the simple answer to if that was Kang in Loki, yes. But also no, but that no is also a major yes, while it's also a yes and a no. Just like in the comics, Kang is confusing because Kang has literally fought Kang for the right to defeat Kang, who's another Kang. It's a mess. We do our best to describe this in about an hour in our latest audio commentary. I will try to get into this a little bit more. We're going to talk about it in next week's podcast as well, so stay tuned for that. And of course the Loki spoiler cast, which will come out. But again, Marvel themselves wasted no time, because right after the episode released on Marvel.com, they published Loki, Meet the Man Behind the Curtain. He Who Remains. Now, He Who Remains is another pull from the comics, but again, like Kang, they're sort of using different approaches here. And this is something that they said, and I quote, and this is coming directly from the person working on the show. And they say, and I quote, "We knew that we wanted this show to be huge, and we wanted it to really end with a bang and have a huge impact on the MCU moving forward." Knowing that Kang was probably going to be the next big crossover movie villain, and because he's a time-traveling multiverse adversary, it just always made so much sense. I came up with the big multiverse war mythology and pitched it in our room one day to our producers, and they said, yeah, let's go for it, end quote. And there is a little bit more in there. They go over quite a few paragraphs explaining the mythology that the show explains. They kind of just retread the same grounds, establishing that Kang is the next big villain for everybody in the MCU. Because once you hit upon Kang and He Who Remains and Immortus and Ram Tut, who are all Kang, you're sort of in a different ballpark and territory, and they just confirmed to us what many people thought. Kang isn't just going to be one and done. He's not just an Ant-Man villain. There's going to be more Kangs everywhere because that's literally what he does in the comics. So the next phase, or this phase, is building up towards everybody uniting to fight Kang the Conqueror, who will more than likely be Kang Prime. Again, it's all confusing. They're all Kang. And I honestly will not be shocked if they take the route where we get a good Kang who joins the Avengers to fight Kang. Probably Iron Lad.